in intensive confinement for 2 years of their lives, with no space for movement, and constantly pecking at each other. This is where our food comes from. And this is also what animal welfare is. A lot of people ask us, Kutta billi to ho gaya na, wahi to animal welfare hai. That's wrong. It's much more than Kutta billi. And the way Kutta billi is also said is very derogatory. Pigs, the pork that the country eats and the pork that the country exports comes from gestation crates where pregnant sows are kept for the duration of their pregnancy confined in crates where they can only stand up and lie down. They cannot move around. Once they give birth to piglets, they're then moved into farrowing crates. So their entire lives, they are just suffering. Wildlife, you know about a lot of things happening in wildlife with elephants being killed on railway tracks, human-elephant conflict. A lot of people think that dogs are, with dogs there is a lot of conflict. But the largest part of human-animal conflict is that of snakes. In rural India, where there is human-elephant conflict also, there is capture of elephants, and in such a cruel manner that it will make our hearts really tremble, because mother elephants are caught in front of baby elephants and tortured so that the baby learns from the torture of the mother, and they know that they have to be tamed. And of course, animal experimentation. What we think is for larger mankind and larger good of the society, we are continuing to use archaic, obsolete tests which continue to not really be relevant to human beings at all. And that's the problem, that animal welfare is still a niche cause which is still on the margins. So many people I met today already had a smile on their face, almost as if like, haha, animal welfare. What is it? It's still viewed as an emotional topic. Oh, you're a rich woman, you're too emotional, so this is probably not a serious enough cause. Yes, 80% to 90% people in animal welfare are women. But does that make it a thing for ridicule? I don't think so. Compassion is very, very important for the country, especially in this day and age. And we really think animal welfare is the missing link in India's CSR and sustainable development agenda. For so many years, the SDGs have played a role, but we are not getting to the bottom of the problem. And that's because we are not taking animal welfare into account when we are developing or implementing the SDGs into our corporate work. Animal welfare receives less than 1% of India's total CSR funding. And animal welfare, when you see this 1%, it is also to feed cows in temples. That is not animal welfare. It is also to feed goshalas. That is not really animal welfare. We are not making systemic change. And I think real animal welfare actually receives 0.05% of CSR spend. Now, we really believe that animal welfare is a human welfare issue. It is not an emotional topic. It's the base foundation of all issues. Animal welfare and human welfare are tightly linked through our food security, through livelihoods, and through public health. You saw those images of hens being cramped in battery cages, of their feces being collected. That's your typical egg-laying farm. That is where your eggs come from. That's the cruelty that is happening, and that's the environment calamity that is happening because of intensive animal agriculture. Community, from a One Health perspective, human, animal, and environment health are interconnected. If we take care of animals, our environment will be better, planet will be better, and eventually our human health will also be better. Farmed animals or livestock and working animals also underpin the rural incomes and food systems in India. Community health and well-being. Our street dogs are not mere are dogs, right? They are not just fun things to pet or to be scared of, or scary things to be scared of. They are important for the ecosystem. And our work on animal welfare, whether it is our street dogs, whether it is humane animal management, and improves social conflict and improves community well-being. It also protects our street. While we hear after the kidnapper, women not being sexually harassed on the street because a dog came out and barked at the harasser. There is so much good that is happening. There is so much good that can happen if we take this into importance. Livelihoods and gender. 80% of rural women are into farming. And where does the most human-animal conflict occur? With snakes. When women go out on the fields and are sowing the seeds or are cutting the plants, they are bitten by snakes. But nobody's taking into consideration. Our community animal healthcare workers in rural India helping farmers, ensuring that their animals are safe and protected and are cared for, they are all women. But we don't take that also as an issue. Smallholder livestock production is a major livelihood engine for millions of households, especially women, because they are the ones who are working there. But women also are forgotten laborers and are considered cheap laborers, right? So there is a connection between animals and women too. Disaster, risk reduction, and climate resilience. We've worked in disaster preparedness and response for years now, 7 years since Kerala 2018 floods. Actually, before that, Uttarakhand flash floods in Uttarakhand. From then to Chennai floods in 2015 to 2018 Kerala floods, we've been working with them, and we see the impact of losing animals, impact on farmers on losing animals. And that's why we want to ensure that farmers protect their animals and animals don't lose their lives because the livelihoods are lost. And that can only be achieved if you are looking at the farmers, looking at the animals also. So what I come to you now is for a strategic opportunity for corporates. Don't neglect the core base of sustainable development goals, which is animal welfare. Your responsible consumption and production, your life underwater, your zero hunger, poverty, all of this is connected to animal welfare if you take a look at it. Reach out to us, fund other animal welfare organizations, even if it is direct rescue and others, but also look deeper within it and fund systemic changes. Don't neglect the issue because you think it's an emotional issue. It is not an emotional issue. There are various ways you can help. You can help farmers by helping livestock and farmed animals. You can help the community by helping rabies vaccinations. You can invest in women-led livestock or veterinary trainings. And you can include so many animal welfare indicators in your ESGs and SDGs. This CSR Now Summit, I just request you to look deeper and see that how animal welfare is connected to all the 17 SDGs. And I'm sure that the moment we start looking deeper, we will see the end-to-end result. Thank you everyone for your time.